Just got back from seeing this movie, and the best way to describe it would be peculiar. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. So Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, long title, is a fantasy movie that comes out tomorrow. It's directed by Tim Burton. Yeah, you know what this movie's already about. Directed by this guy. Stars Samuel L. Jackson, Eva Green, Asa Butterfield, and this movie good. It's weird, it's different, it's strange, but in a way, it's entertaining as shit, and I'll be to have a good time with it. Me personally, I was hoping, I went to this movie thinking like, okay, this is gonna be my next 10 out of 10 movie. This movie's gonna be Harry Potter and X-Men, boom! Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I walked out of the movie just like, I enjoyed it. It was like Harry Potter and X-Men, but if you took like Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, let's get slow parts of that, combine it with the action of the first X-Men movie. It's kind of like that. Let me get right into it. Let's get into the pros and cons. I believe that Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, I'm still calling it Peculiar Children, is coming out tomorrow. I think it's an entertaining movie that if you are interested to see this movie, check it out. Here's what you need to know about the movie. Here's why. First of all, let's start with the pros of the movie. I'm going to divide this by pros and cons. The pros of the movie is, first of all, Samuel L. Jackson is awesome as shit in this movie. Another role Samuel L. Jackson just does and has fun with it. He's his character. He was funny. He was dark. He was scary as shit. Like, look at this dude. He's scary. I see his face. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not forgetting that. That's going to be in my nightmares tonight. Eva Green as Miss Peregrine. I liked her. She kind of reminded me of Charles Xavier, kinda. She's protected of her children, but she's got powers and stuff like that. She's fierce, but she's like still like, you know, well, calm enough, you know, like she's in control, just like that person that you just don't want to piss off and shit. That person that just calm and collected, but just knows that, yeah, you mess with her and she's gonna fuck your world up like Charles Xavier. Peculiar Kids themselves, they were kind of like there, but like in the background. I expected them to kind of be like in the forefront, like, yeah, this is peculiar children, this is about them. You kind of see them and they get their introductions more or less in parts of the movie, but then it's kind of just like they're just there. One of the Peculiar Kids is my man Miller, the Invisible Boy. He was cool. He was my favorite. The powers that the Peculiar Kids got is pretty cool. He's pretty unique. Some of them you see in the trailer, but there's this one Peculiar Kid. He can do with his peculiarity, with that's the term for mutant powers in this movie. What he can do, I'm not going to spoil it. It is pretty entertaining. When he demonstrates his powers, it's like, oh, that can go places. That's cool. Well, like I said, it's a Tim Burton movie, so of course you're gonna have all the Tim Burton isms, like, you know, weird dark forests with dark weird trees, eerie creepy music, eerie creepy dolls, is eerie creepy things that you would expect in a Tim Burton movie. But you saw it earlier in the year with Alice and Through the Looking Glass, and now you can see it again in Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. The movie itself is also very visually appealing, but it's not as action-packed as I thought it was gonna be. Like I said, I thought it was gonna be like full-blown, like, yeah, Harry Potter and X-Men. That's gonna be like that. There is an action scene in the movie, but it's like kind of the last half of the movie, like the very last kind of thing that, you know, the Peculiars gotta do this thing and they have to have an action scene in order for it to be executed well, and they did it, and it was cool, and it was like, yeah, but it was like, I thought that they were gonna like really like showcase like their powers and shit like that, like go full blown like X-Men with it. That's what I get for going to a movie thinking one thing, like being too hyped up, and then I get disappointed. Alright, we'll lead to the cons of the movie. The cons of the movie is that the first half of the movie, like the first 20 minutes of the movie, is very disjointed and very jarring. The way it's edited, like the way it's cut and edited, just like two scenes just don't really go together. Like one scene will happen, another scene will happen that had nothing to do with the scene you just saw. Like you'll have like maybe two characters just talking to each other, doing something, and then next thing you know, the very next scene, you'll just have that one character just going off doing whatever he's doing, and the other character is just nowhere to be found. Perfect analogy I could put for the cons of movies, that imagine watching Harry Potter, and just imagine you got Harry that goes to Hogwarts, you know, does his awesome things in Hogwarts, then you have parts in the movie where he's not in Hogwarts and he goes back home, and it's just like, okay, he's home, and it's boring, and he's doing it with his family, and you don't want to see that shit. That stupid boring shit you don't want to see, you just want to see him back at Hogwarts doing the Hogwarts things and magical things that he does. That's the same thing you want to see with Ender Games. You want to see him back with the Peculiars, doing the peculiar things and shit like that. That's like the perfect analogy I can put. At the end of the day, Home for Peculiar Children is it's an entertaining movie. You know what you're getting yourself into. If you like Tim Burton movies, then check this movie out. You have a good time with it. The cast in the movie was hit or miss, but Samuel L. Jackson, he was awesome and I loved him. Eva Green was also good in the movie too as Miss Peregrine. I wish that she had a little bit more screen time. It's like she's in the movie, but it's kind of like Ender Games and Peculiar Children than Miss Peregrine, because she's there, but I think Ender Games has more screen time. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. So at the end of the day, I gotta say that Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children is indeed a 7 out of 10, which is worth seeing at matinee. Take a chance on this movie, go check it out this weekend. There's 2 good movies coming out this weekend. Check them both out and just have a good time. Why not? And it's September. Have a good time. And as always, subscribe. Until next time.